Welcome! Today we are going to unlock a powerful and, frankly, essential tool for making your Japanese sentences far more descriptive. We're talking, of course, about the particle de.
So think about this for a second. How do you explain the way something is done, or the place where it happens? Well, in Japanese, the answer often lies in mastering one incredibly versatile particle.
Now, just as a quick refresher, particles are those little words that basically act as the grammar glue in a sentence. They connect everything and give it meaning. And today, we're focusing on one of the most useful tools in the entire toolbox, the particle de, pronounced de.
Okay, let's dive right in. The first major job of de is all about answering the question, how? It's what we use to specify the means or the method by which an action is performed.
So here's the core idea. When you see de following a noun, it's very often telling you what was used to do the verb. You can think of it as the Japanese equivalent of saying with, by, or in when you're talking about a method.
And the structure for this? It's wonderfully simple. You just take the noun, the tool or the method, you attach de right after it, and then you follow that up with the verb, the action. Let's see how that works in a real sentence. In this first example, the tool is chopsticks, which is hashi. See how the particle de connects it directly to the verb eats, tabemasu? So, how does she eat? Hashide, with chopsticks. See? Simple.
Now, what's really interesting is that the means doesn't have to be a physical object. The method can also be a language. So, how does Taro speak? He speaks Nihongo de in Japanese, or you could think of it as by means of the Japanese language.
And this is a perfect example of how it's used for transportation, which you'll see all the time. The method of travel is the bus, or basu. We went by bus, basu de. Whether it's a car, a train, or a plane, de is the particle you're going to use.
So, we've covered how, but we're not done with this particle yet. The very same particle de has a second huge function. This time, instead of answering how, it answers the question where. Now, this is the crucial point. De marks the specific location where a dynamic action is happening. It's not about where something just exists. You typically use a different particle, like ni for that. No, de is all about where something is actively being done. And take a look at the structure. It's identical to the first use we just talked about. The only thing that changes its meaning is the context, the kind of noun that comes before it. You state the place, you follow it with de, and then you add the verb that's happening there.
Right here, the action is studies, benkyou shimasu. The particle de tells us the location of that action. Gakkou de, at school.
Let's look at another one. The action here is watched a movie. Eiga o mimashita. And where did my sister do this? The particle tells us ie de, at home. It's so clean and clear. And for our last example of this rule, we eat lunch. Where do we do it? Ristorante, at a restaurant. The particle de anchors that action of eating to the location, the restaurant. So let's just put them side by side to make it crystal clear. On the left, basure tells us how we travel. It's the method. On the right, restaurante tells us where we eat. It's the location. It's the exact same particle, but the question it answers, how versus where, is decided entirely by the noun that comes before it. All right, you've seen the rules, you've seen the examples, now it's your turn. Let's see if you can use this tool to build a few sentences of your own. The setup here is pretty straightforward. I'm going to give you a sentence in English. Just take a moment, think about how you'd say it in Japanese using what we've just covered about de. You ready? Let's start with this one. I eat bread with a fork. Now think, what's the tool being used here? I'll give you a second.
Okay, the answer is 私はフォークでパンを食べます. The fork is the tool, so it becomes フォークで. Okay, next up. She went to work by train yesterday. What is the method of transportation? Go ahead and think about it. The correct sentence is 彼女は昨日電車で仕事に行きました. The means of travel is the train, 電車. So we use 電車で.
And let's do one more. He listened to music on the radio. How did he listen? What was the medium? Take a moment. The answer is 彼はラジオで音楽を聴きました. The radio is the method, so it's ラジオで. Excellent work.
All right, let's bring this all home. As we've seen, this one tiny particle, de, does a whole lot of heavy lifting in Japanese, covering two very distinct, very essential functions. So for function number 1, means or method, it answers how, like in hashide, with chopsticks. And for function number 2, place of action, it answers where, like in gakkode, at school. Two very clear jobs for one very versatile particle.
And really, this is the key takeaway. If you ever find yourself unsure, just ask yourself what question the particle is answering. Is it telling you how an action is done, or is it telling you where an action is done? That simple mental check will always point you to the right meaning.
You now have a fundamental key for adding much-needed detail and clarity to your Japanese. You can describe the world around you with so much more precision. So the only question left is, what new sentences are you going to build first?